What'd you say?
Blue. Let's go. Okay.
One word, women, still confuses me. Yep.
Tic Tac could kill you at 1,000 miles an hour, but don't you?
They stuck the tip in and they backed down and said, I'm done.
Blacker the berry, sweeter the juice. And I said, don't get me started on you motherfuckers.
You have a black box? Alrighty, we are back ready to go, and we're here with my parents, so excited to see how this goes.
This is mom and I'm dad.
Yeah.
That work?
What is this, episode 48 now? Had some technical difficulties of not knowing how to work it, so.
Yep, I just had to play with it for half a second.
The guy wasn't sure how to get it, so.
Yep.
First question I had is, as parents making the move down here, what was it, 6-7 years ago? 10 years ago?
When we moved
We've
down.
been, you and I have been down here
We've
for
been
6
back
years.
up for 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As a family, what's it like making that decision? Because I think, what was I, 14? Was that 10 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a nightmare.
Yeah. I didn't want to, but
Me neither.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So I would say I prompted that decision. There was a lot going on in Michigan, and was looking for a different job opportunity. So, you know how we make decisions. It came up, and I'm like, do we want to think about this or do we not? Is it just something I want? Is it a daydream, or is it something that we should really go after? So we just started investigating it and took a trip down, and obviously I had to interview and all that, and then got offered a job. So we came down and looked around, and it is to uproot a family is a big decision.
Yeah, we had to leave our good kid back home.
Yeah, right. Obviously, there's always nerves involved, but it was a time, you were just going into high school. So from that perspective, if we were going to make a move, it was a good time just because you'd be starting your freshman year.
Right.
You did want to play baseball, and baseball in the South is way better than baseball in the North. So that, that was that. Also just looking at a good experience to change and not just stay in the same place. So it's a huge learning to move to a new city, and I think you would say you're probably a lot more adaptable now because you can go anywhere and you got to make new friends, and as hard as that is, it was an experience that you built on. It's part of your history now.
Yeah, I remember being the weird kid at lunch. I had to sit by myself for a couple years, but no, it was a lot better now than what it was like when you're young. You know everybody, you grew up with everybody, you don't want to change that, but it's Michigan, like where we come from, was a lot where it was a small town, so everybody thought they were somebody, and when you move, you typically find that that's not true, and that's what it was a good moving down here.
Well, and I'll tell you, it was, so I don't know, at that point I'd worked, at least 25 years or whatever, and really didn't put myself first. I mean, I worked and supported the family, and I had gotten to a point, Michigan is not, at least the companies that I worked for weren't necessarily female friendly. So it was, and just working with people that were really cutthroat and climbing the ladder and all that, so it really didn't fit who I was as a person. Created a ton of stress because I was just in an environment that wasn't comfortable, and it was really wearing me out along with travel and everything else. And so it got to a point of looking for a different opportunity to give myself a break. Like if I'm going to keep working, and I was working full-time plus, that it wasn't just a 40-hour-a-week job. I was traveling and working a lot of hours, and so it was probably one of the first decisions we made in terms of allowing me to kind of go out and go, I think I need to do this right now, and put myself as a decision maker with, or having a vote in the thing where I would just looked to serve before. You know?
Right. Didn't
So-
didn't we get this house and none of us seen it other than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I came down because you were still playing baseball for Coach Mike up there that
Mhm.
summer. So I came down and lived for several months and looked for housing and all that. And your dad came down once or twice, but
so.
to look at different houses and things. But this one, yeah, I found it with, you know, in between trips, and with the market was really hot at the time, so things weren't, you know, houses weren't staying on the market, so we had to make a decision long distance or whatever. So
Well, it worked out in the end. What was? I don't even know this. What have you done for work? I've always told people you just work on a computer. So
Pretty much.
So I started out at Meyer and which is a retailer, and worked into the buying office. So I would say it was buying and merchandise planning and inventory control and things like that. And then I went to a global company and learned international distribution and production planning and factories and all of that. So it was a wholesaler. So I learned the production side of it. But I've always been involved in processes and just making things work better. And I just, I was able to get thrown into really any situation that leadership is like, okay, this is where we want to go. This is what we want to have happen. It's either not happening or it's a mess. Can you please fix it? So even though I had a job title that was either planning or production planning or something like that, or efficient processes or whatever, it was just basically just go in and fix it. So I've led teams, I've implemented systems, I've created teams, I've created training. It's like whatever it took to make it work is what I did. So
and then traveled to Hong Kong and.
yeah, in one of the job that we came down here for, we had an office. It was manufacturing, and our manufacturing was done primarily in China. So we had an office in Hong Kong. So there was about 20 people there that I was responsible for, along with distribution centers here and such. So operations is what I term it. So anything to help the company operate better. You know, it could be creating scorecards. It could be, measuring things, creating processes, training, whatever. So it's hard to define. I don't know if you want to add to that, but
Just
it
simplify
wasn't
it.
just one thing, so.
To simplify it, work on a computer. So.
Yes. So yeah, you saw me working, because I ended up working remotely once I, after a while when I was down here. But even back in the day when I was working in an office, I still there was just the preliminary being able to link in at home, not like it is today. So
you could have meetings all night long with China.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I would work in the office during the day, and then China is, 15 hours different, but basically opposite time. So I would work in the office all day, and then at night I'd be on meetings with China. So
Yeah, I remember that one photo of me sitting in your work chair with the computer and the glasses on.
yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah. that was,
We still got it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and Dad had a valuable role of the HB, which Dad.
Capital letters on it.
How was that?
I don't think anybody knows the Yankee slang. Though.
HB means house bitch, and that's that's what that was a famous saying growing up. And then the other one was BTS, which is Bill the Cheryl.
Yes.
So whenever
Uncle Bubba, I think, coined that one. So
yeah,
they're not all mine.
yeah, whenever something needed to be purchased, it was BTS. Because when I was born, Dad, I guess, retired, stopped working, raised my brother and I.
What
How-
a nightmare that was.
Yeah, how is that decision made of? Because normally it's the husband works and the
Especially-
wife.
Especially back in that day.
Right. Yeah. I mean.
Well, we ordered 2 boys, and I'm better suited to raise boys than girls, so that's kind of how it worked out.
Yeah. Was there any did that naturally happen, or was that just that was a decision that was made?
We always knew we planned for when we had our second child that one of us would stay home because we committed that nobody else was going to raise our kids. Like we were going to raise our own kids.
Because the schools suck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so when that time came, we really looked at what our family needed, not what our family wanted. Like, you know, Granny stayed home, and so I was in a family where the mom stayed home and cooked the meals and went on field trips and all that.
Right.
So I have that built in me, but at the time, what our family needed was for your dad to raise you boys. So, and
You're so lucky, Dell.
Build some character.
yeah, good. Sorry about that.
What
But
a
yeah.
a-hole he would have been.
So
What a a-hole he was until I ground him down.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, you were a piece of work, Dell. Piece of work.
Until about 18, when you guys went back up north to retire, I turned out all right.
there you go.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I was a POS until you guys left.
I think you did all right. I just
Tell what.
remember coming down here 3 days before school started, because it starts early, and I said,
Yeah.
hey, listen, you dumbass. This is how it is down here. People are different. You don't talk like you got dog shit in your mouth all the time.
Yeah.
You be respectful. You look them in the eye. You shut up when the big people are talking. Do what you're told. You'll be fine. Totally different culture, so.
Yeah, everybody waves at each other down here.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Too
yeah,
many
Was
Yankees
that
lived
way.
down here now, so.
yeah, it's like
Too many Yankees.
2 out of 10 wave now.
Mhm.
It's try to wave at everybody.
And
but-
that was part of moving down here is just the culture of getting out of that hard. Yeah, it's just Michigan has a hard culture. Like people are more hard up there, and part of it's the winters and everything. But you come down here and it was almost like going back in time where teenagers held the door open for you and said yes sir and yes ma'am, and it was refreshing, and it was definitely a good move from that perspective to get back in that environment again and just
You know, the school
Good to see.
system's a lot better down here than up there.
Mm.
How'd you land on Bowling Green?
It was just the job opportunity that I came across. Had looked at several. I think one was down in Memphis at the time.
Oh
and
boy,
yeah,
we're the wrong
that
color
would've
for
been-
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Trump's
yeah,
gonna fix it though.
but in at the time we weren't sure future retirement wise. We knew Dad has spent a lot of time in Florida growing up with his grandparents, so we knew we didn't want to go to Florida.
It's too damn
and-
hot down here.
Yeah,
It's too
and-
hot here, let alone down there.
right. So part of it too was
Poor baby.
you almost
Yeah.
can't get to know an area unless you live in it. So a little bit of that was kind of cutting the difference and going halfway in between to be able to learn this area. But most of it was job opportunity, needing to get out of Michigan and get a career change, and then also with your
And
baseball.
Cost of living is
Cost
really
of living.
cheap here
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
compared to north and south. So
And I do like the sun, but
Yeah.
you what?
I do like the sun.
Yeah, when it's like 60.
Yeah.
Not when it's 95.
And then you guys moved back up to Michigan and retired and ended up in the same place you guys started, right, in Luther?
Yeah, when we were just courting.
Yeah.
When I was courting your mom back in the day. Yep.
Like 65 years ago.
No, it's 35. 35 years ago.
Seems like 65. But anyways, go ahead.
No, what? That's all I got, isn't it? Yeah, that's where we live now.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of a cedar swamp, on Trout Stream, 20 feet from the house.
Mm-hmm.
No
And it was really,
houses.
getting back to the woods and waters. Like when we moved back up to Michigan, we knew retirement. We didn't know how close it was. I mean, Dad was already
Sure.
retired at the time.
For
Well,
24 years
yeah,
now.
yeah.
well
so-
adapted to
Yeah.
leisurely life.
Yeah,
Whatever,
swiping the card.
whatever.
It really.
No. Fishing and hunting, so we
Yeah.
can eat fish and game 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's pretty good. Add that up. You want to see how much that's worth. I think it's funny, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Huh? You ate hamburger once in your life growing up at our house because I didn't kill enough deer that year.
Yeah.
Freaked me out. That stuff's expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Part of meal prep. It's expensive.
Right.
But it was really getting back to the people up there, and just a simpler way of life.
Yeah.
Out of the city.
Big time.
And the people up there are so good. It's a small town. It's one of the, if not still, it used to be the poorest county in Michigan.
First
If
or
not,
second
it's
every
first or
year
second.
since I was a kid.
But the people are just salt of the earth, and just we made good friends up there that we kept in touch with all the years. So it was either a decision to stay closer to the city and family because your older brother's up there, or where we're at, like Dad said, there's access to hunting, fishing, the trails. You've been there, obviously.
The beautiful
and,
snow in the winter.
And the people and just the way of life is similar to almost what we had down here from a people perspective. So just went back to good friends, and you don't know what's going to happen in the world, so being around people where everyone's going to help each other out, neighbors know each other.
And they all can do for themselves.
Yeah.
That's it. And what one guy can't do, the other can. So we barter fish for vegetables and jerky for vegetables and fish for vegetables. I mean, we don't have to make a garden. It gets delivered to our house.
Right.
I just have to drop off fish and jerky.
Right. So
Stuff like that.
Yeah, and a lot of the people up there you guys knew when you guys were younger or were still up there too, or you guys ran back into them?
No, the same folks.
Yeah, that were still up there that never really moved.
No.
they don't move really. That's why it's just
It's very few of them leave. I mean, the young ones are now, I think, a bit, but there's still nothing there. I mean, Cadillac is the biggest town in the area, which is half hour north of us, and that used to be a pretty good manufacturing hub for boats and four winds and stuff like that. Now the Frenchies bought them 4 or 5 years ago, and that's really gone down the tube. And manufacturing in Michigan is pretty well shot to begin with. It's all down south now, and our gal Gretchen up there has really screwed that up, and I don't think that'll ever come back. I don't think it's ever come back. And at one time, everything was made up there, so all the cars, everything, and that's gone. And it won't be back. So.
Yeah. But to your point, it's the same friends that we knew way back when, and they're still there, and so it was like coming home again.
Almost like kinfolk, wasn't it?
And they actually welcomed us back, even your dad. So that was
that's
cool.
unfortunate.
No, they put up with me. They like your apple pies and all that stuff.
So it was good.
Yeah, that'd almost be difficult to live up in that area like your entire life. Like there's so much more. I think moving showed me there's so much more to the world than just snow and dirt roads and grumpy people,
Dude, dirt roads are the best.
Yeah, they're good to go back to and know there's something different, but good. I guess you don't know what you're missing if you've never experienced it, but I think, do you guys think the way you did life was better with moving versus just living in that area your whole life?
For Mom, it was. Probably for you too.
Yeah.
Little Buck, you're still here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the cold. I don't like all that snow.
You used to be tough, Dell. I don't know what
I
happened.
turned into a pussy.
Huh?
Yeah, so
Your
did.
chickens in shorts and a t-shirt, 3-4 inches of snow on barefoot, and I'm going, man, there's something really wrong with this idiot. And
Yeah.
I mean, I go, dude, put some boots on at least. No, I'm fine, Dad. And you'd wander out to the chickens and.
Yeah, you were the adventurer. You were just
He was
hopping
dropped
on
on
that
his head,
on that 4-wheeler, and it was full throttle before your butt hit the seat, and it was just off. Like you were a crazy man. So, it was part of the decision to say it's probably going to be good for you.
Yeah.
To get out and do, as hard as that is to pull you out of your environment, it's part of growing, and you see things differently, and you see different parts of the country, and just know there's different, and still you've only seen a snippet of the world, you know what I'm saying, but it definitely does change you. Like I've traveled all over the world, and it does change you when you just see different cultures and different people. You realize how
Oh.
how grateful we are to be in the U.S. When I travel overseas, I'd come home and
Like the
If-
DR
if-
you went to.
yep, Dominican, yep, spent a lot of time. That was with Wolverine. Spent a lot of time down there, and yeah, it's
But you were all over Europe in college.
yeah, yeah,
All over Asia, Europe, for work also. and
yeah, yeah. Seen a lot,
Yeah.
and it's
You get
just-
around, girl. That's
I
what
guess
they
so.
say. That's what the kids say.
Yeah. So, but it's all good. It is. It's just an experience. So nothing wrong with staying put. It's just it's a choice of life.
Well, in the end,
so,
nobody knows.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
dwell on it too
Yeah.
much because there's no solid yes or no's in life,
And you can't look backwards. You make the decisions you make, and you learn from them. Some are good, some aren't so good. And like you and I have talked about, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think one of the funniest stories talking about four-wheelers is when Dad flipped me into the tree. Remember that, Dad?
all the time.
Yeah, no, in the middle of the driveway.
What's that now?
The
In the driveway?
Yeah, we had a split driveway that come into one up in Michigan, and then there was like a huge tree in the middle. And Dad luckily he had me wear a helmet, so it was.
I made you wear the helmet
Yeah.
because I knew it was coming.
And,
We'd race them up and down the road because we lived down a little dirt road with no traffic. And then you and Tanner were riding that, both of you guys, and I'd bounce you off the snowbanks and then jump driveways. And your brother and his idiot friends were waiting with ice chunks to, when you go by, they'd just pound you. And then I'd go turn around and come right back
Yeah.
through. The one time I launched you guys over the bank just before you got to them, so I was actually looking out for you.
yeah, yeah,
You and Tanner hit that big popple tree.
yeah. That was in the middle of the driveway.
No, that was just over the hill from down at the road there.
No, well, I remember one time. I think it was just me on the sled that
Doing
We were-
donuts.
we were coming up the driveway, and I caught the bank of the tree, and I rolled sideways, flipped straight into the tree. I remember you just like, "Oh, you good?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He's like, "Oh, okay."
Well,
Get back on.
you gotta remember when you were about yay tall in your diaper and a t-shirt,
Yeah.
you got in a bald-faced hornet nest, and I was stacking wood in the shed, and I heard you screaming and hollering. I go, what the hell's this problem now? Because you're always making noise, but the pitch got really high. I go, man, something sounds wrong. So I zipped on out of there. I seen your brother just staring at you, and you're over there, and we'd cut a bunch of oaks down, and they new shoots that were a little bit taller than you, and you were in there, and that's where the nest was, and you're just going like that, and I go, oops, I know what that's about. So I ran through her, grabbed you, one arm, just never slowed down, ran up the driveway, and I think I got 3 or 4 of them, but I stopped, and you were screaming. I ripped your shirt off, and that's all you had was a shirt and a diaper. And you sat down, and you cried for 20, 25 seconds sitting there on the driveway in your diaper. You were just playing with rocks again. I go, son, what the? This kid's a freak. And I'm going, man, this is bad because Ma's allergic to him. This is a 1-year-old. And I'm going, oh, crap. I could be in big trouble this time. And then it dawned on me. I go, I better pick him up and check his diaper. Pulled your diaper down. There's one, you're sitting on him. He's just hammering you right in the ass. And you didn't do nothing. You were just playing with rocks. I go, this kid's really got problems. Well, about a year later, one of your doctor's visits, I asked the doc, I said, Doc, I got a question for you. I said, what is the deal when a kid like this doesn't feel any pain? He about panicked, because that generally means you're some kind of psycho freak or something, or that's your future. He was all nerved up, and he goes, what are you talking about? I go, I don't know, man. He's lost 3 toenails. He's playing in the pantry all the time, reaching as high as he can for canned goods, and we don't even pay attention to him anymore. And you hear one hit the ground, you see him dance on one foot, and he never says a word, and he goes right back to it. And 2 weeks later, his nail's black, and then a couple weeks later, it's gone. He never says a damn word about it, and I'm going, what do you do with that? You can't trade him back in, it's too late now. Yeah, you were a special needs kid is what I called you. How many
Yeah.
times I'd lose you in the grocery store, and
Oh, I always find the cookie counter and just say, you know, I
Yeah,
lost my dad. I'd be crying eating cookies.
Everybody knew you, and they knew me, so they just paged me.
Judd, come back to the cookie aisle, please. And
Bakery, yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting on the counter pretending you were sad. Fake tears eating cookies. I know your game, dude.
Yeah. He's a con man.
It got so bad you were hiding sometimes in the general merchandise area. And I'd just get so pissed. I'd holler, Dell, damn it, I'm leaving. I don't care if you get a ride home or not, but if you don't beat me out of the store, you got no way home. And all of a sudden boxes would start falling off the shelves. He would hide up behind boxes and shelves, and boxes we hit in the ground, and he'd come flying out of there. And that's what I had to deal with.
Yeah, I remember I used to push the cart and I kept hitting your heels. One day you turned out, he said, you hit my heels again, I'm going to beat the shit out of you in front of everybody. I just stopped pushing the cart.
So then you used to ride underneath the cart on the cage down
Yeah.
there. That's where he would sleep. And of course his hands would be dragging. I said, hey dumbass, if you don't pick them fingers up, I'm going to step on them. He's passed out, and he'd pull them in, and then they'd slide back out and drag him down the aisle with his finger. I should have went to jail so many times, just the way the liberals are nowadays. You can't raise your kids that way. You're so mean, and well, whatever. We got rules, we got standards. Whatever.
Yeah, I've always just kind of taken the damage and just kept going.
Well, it was the world is your dad. I mean, and that's why your dad stayed home.
I was better suited than you, my lady.
Because moms have a big influence over guys turning out like you and your brother. You know, obviously I'm a little biased, but other people would say too, you're solid young men, you're studs, you know,
Right.
and you can talk to people. I mean, you're independent. As of age 18, you were both left on your own. But
8 or 9 hours away,
yeah, and like
that means we win.
yeah, we flew the coop. You guys didn't. So we left Clay up there at 18 and left you down here at 18. Take care of the house. You know the rules. The world is just not a friendly place. So you either grow up tough or you don't. And the sooner you grow up tough, then big things don't rock your boat and put you under. You know. So it's all part of building.
Yeah, ask your brother about like 2nd or 3rd grade when I picked him up at MacNaughton. You know where that school is.
Jumping the fence?
Yeah, where you used to jump the fence and get in trouble. And
the
principal would be waiting there, and you'd
the bus driver, like Dad always would tell me, 1 was to run up the driveway, and then 2 was
before you rode the school bus, when I was picking you up, you'd barrel out the end of the school.
And then jump the fence.
Skip the sidewalk and stairs, cut right to the fence, throw your backpack over, and I'd be sitting right there in the parking lot, and then jump over the fence, and then all these little girls started turning you in, and everybody's yelling at you. Then next thing you know, the principal's waiting for you out the door, and I just said, dude, just pretend you never seen them. Because you're a crackhead anyway, they know that. Throw your backpack and jump over, and he gave up. You know, he just kept doing it.
It was the bus driver one time. I was running to the fence, and the bus driver, like the gate's here.
Yeah, bus driver.
The bus is parked, and driving to the gate, and I'm jumping the fence. He's like, hey, don't jump that. I look straight at him, throw my bag over, jump over the fence, take off. I mean, he wasn't getting out of this. That was good times.
Like you said, you were a special needs kid.
Well, I remember.
You were raised as boys. Boys are supposed to climb fences and jump off things, you know. So.
Yeah, well, at recess there was like a fence, and then like 10-foot grass and a fence in the neighbor's yard, and the ball went over. I remember Dad was like, "Just jump the fence. Don't ask. Just jump over it." So I did, and I got sent to the principal's office, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna call your parents." I'm like, "He already knows I'm doing this, so like go ahead." You know, like. Back then, the principal was like a big threat, so it was.
They want to make sissies out of you.
Yeah.
That's why I had to stay home to not allow that to happen.
Yeah. Well, I remember the first time.
Just like your brother. Here's a quick one. He's 2nd, 3rd grade. I pick him up. All the cars are lined up along the road and easing on through there real slow. Didn't even clear the school, and he goes, "Hey, Daddy." He's in his booster or whatever. What do you used to call them?
Booster seats.
No, damn it. I don't know. It'll come to me, but he goes, Dad, guess what? What, little man? He goes, you can't hit me. And
Yeah, that was in first grade.
and he had the fear of God in his eyes. Well, my teacher said you couldn't hit me. And I go, I'll tell you what, little buddy. You want to live that way at 16 years old, your ass is gone. Mom and Dad buy you a car and you're never coming back. He never brought it up again.
Was that Clay?
That's
Yeah.
Clay, the good kid.
Well, I had that too. I got out of first grade and
Oh yeah, you would have got it earlier than he would have.
yeah, I was in first grade and I was like, yeah, Dad, the teacher said if our parents are ever hitting us, just to let them know.
Mhm.
And you're like, yeah, go ahead and go tell them. When I get out, I'm going to beat the shit out of you again. I was like, all right, well, that's not going to work if I tell them, so I'm just going to
Yeah, just
roll
go
with the
try
punches. Yeah.
that. Just go try that.
Yeah, it's,
You had it good, dude.
Yeah.
All the peanut butter we'd smear on your face.
yeah. It was,
Peyton know about that.
yeah, probably. You seem to find a way to tell everybody I talk to that story.
The dog loved it.
Oh,
Clay,
Jesse.
he'd go- he'd
Yeah, it
just-
wasn't fair. It was bullshit. I would come home and it would be you two tag teaming me.
No, this is how it went down. I'd just bait you in. It was simple because you always went to the cupboard to get fat rolls. And you go get your fat rolls, and I always have SpongeBob on. I go, Clay, he's going to do it again. He'd come over, sit on the couch, eat his fat rolls, Nutty Bars. About time you got done, I'd just grab you, just mangle you up, flip you upside down, hang your face off the couch, and yell peanut butter. And Clay, boom, gone. Get the peanut butter, and he'd smear it on your face, and Jesse would just go. It's so fast. Now that's good time right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
The one time you did choke me out when you were
I was gonna
about,
say, ask your dad about the time that.
you might have been 8 or 9.
I remember in the kitchen you were like wrestling with Mom,
Oh.
and you're like, get her, Dell. So I just uppercut the shit out of you in your stomach, and you go, ooh. You're like, that was a good one. I was like, all right. Yeah, there's always that one time like Clay used to wrestle me, and then, you know, he was 4 years older than me. Then one time I rolled him off me, then he never messed with me again.
Yeah.
Like there's always just finally you get old enough to.
Well, you had anger issues, and you did have the ability to scare people.
Yeah.
Like
Because you
when-
wouldn't quit.
When you were boxing, we boxed upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, on the Wii and stuff.
No, I bought you guys gloves.
Yeah, I
You
remember that
boxed
too.
Nicholas and Clay. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember
You-
Cam choked me out. I passed out one day because I didn't want to tap, I guess. He was just choking me. He was Clay's age, so he was older than me, and I fell asleep for sure. And I woke up and like I was drooling. They're like, "Bro, did you just pass out?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." I definitely passed out. Yeah. So
How old were you then? About 8, 10?
yeah, you know, it's not really scary. You just like it's like you take a nap, really.
But see, you got to remember, your mouth got worse as you got older. So
Yeah.
you probably had more of it coming.
Well, that's a thing. You know, because like you said, your brother's 4 years older, so that you were hanging out with older
Yeah.
kids. You were that younger brother, that tag along.
That
But
nobody
you-
liked.
Yeah, but you were like
Yeah, that
no
was-
quit. So with
Yeah.
you were just a windmill, and they'd be boxing with you or whatever, and you'd just be like do 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 do, not quitting, and you'd back them right into the corner, and they're like, get away, you know.
And
So
then they'd start laughing, and
Yeah.
they'd go down to their knees, and you're still doing the helicopter slams on their head. Going, this is a good time right here. Yeah, it's a little unorthodox as far as the boxing style, but it was working.
Or we used to I would trade baseball cards with Clay and Nicholas and them, and they would give me like 2 or 3 of their shit cards for my good ones, and I thought I was getting a good deal. I get older, I'm like, that was never good.
no,
No, it was
there's some
It's,
advantages of being the older brother.
yeah, I guess I don't blame them. The airsoft was fun growing up. Remember that, Dad?
Yep, I remember smashing all them guns. Brand new friggin' house, and you do that in the winter. And all of a sudden I start seeing holes in the siding because it's frozen. Yeah, I think I pretty much smashed all them guns.
Yeah, with a sledgehammer. He said, if I see one more bullet on the cement, I'm smashing all of them.
All the guns, yeah.
Yeah, sure enough, we had like 6 or 7. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was
If you guys would have gone out in the woods like you should have and stayed away from the house, it would have been all good.
yeah, it was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was I guess what was the parenting like when the house burned down? Cause I was 6. It was in '07, right, when the house burned down? Cause you were.
Yeah, because it was 2000.
That was in Colorado.
2008.
No, is it?
No, at Grandma Jean's.
Oh.
But yeah, it was 2008, so you would have been 7.
2008.
I don't know. I get, it was obviously a horrible time, and what we always worked as a team, and you stay strong and tried to. Our motto's always been no drama. We don't do drama. So it happened, and we tried to keep the stress between us and keep you guys as normal as possible. And I mean, we kind of joke about it, but you only missed 1 day of school.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up. I was.
Yeah.
He's ready to get a week
Oh,
off.
that's just stupid, dude. I was like, I'm back.
You got a whole bunch of new clothes that were all broke in,
Yeah.
worn by somebody else for years.
Yeah.
That's cool. New clothes suck.
Yeah.
No, it was as a parent, it's well, as anybody, it's horrible, and you're sick to your stomach. But we would get up and get you kids off to school and be as normal as possible, and then we go do our thing. And sometimes, I mean, it wasn't easy. It was you lose everything, and you're but with anything, you got to move forward. So and
Nobody's gonna fix it for you.
no, and so we just, as we've done through all of our life, we talk and talk and talk and figure it out, and you brainstorm and what do we do next, and you just keep moving forward and try to make the best decisions. But luckily we had each other, and again, just tried to keep it as normal as possible for you guys and teach you through it that this too shall pass, and you know, hopefully stronger for it, or at least it's part of something that you've been through that you realize, it's not going to break you.
Yeah, I had a fun time the whole time. Like, I remember I was playing Wii upstairs with Cam, and you're like, the house is on fire. And I was playing cars, and I was in the middle of the race. So I wanted to finish the race. And, like, you and Clay were trying to get the hose from downstairs. I was too kinked up, and sure enough, I get done with the race and walk out the top floor, and the whole fucking roof's on fire.
Yeah.
And then I remember standing outside in the snow, and the only thing I remember is like the front door would open, like a huge flame would come out the front. I thought it was cool, and it was just
Keep
then.
your hair short.
Yeah. Then we moved a couple other people's houses, and then we got a nicer house out of it. And I'm like, well, it's not a bad trade, but I didn't really understand losing a house. So.
It took 9 months to do, but
Yeah.
with parents like you had, it
Yeah.
was seamless.
Well, yeah.
You just grab your bag and move on to wherever we're going next.
Yeah. I think my saddest thing was I won a trophy like 2 days before, and I had them all stacked in front of the TV, all the trophies I ever won, and I lost it, and I was like, dang. I said, I was like, that was my favorite thing, So, but I think we saved the 4-wheeler.
Yeah,
that
we
was
did.
about the only thing.
And our cars.
Oh yeah.
And that's been the interesting thing about your podcast, is to hear you tell stories, because you don't know what impact your parenting is going to have, good or bad.
Cool. Yeah, you pointed that in the right direction.
And so to hear you tell it, and I would say to go through something like that and have you go, yeah, it was, either tell a funny story about it or go, yeah, it sucked, but hey, it really didn't impact me. That there was a lot going on behind the scenes to try to make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because,
didn't really notice anything.
Again, it wasn't to shield you from it. It was everything's a lesson. Everything's to learn through it. So how do we build the best environment around you and your brother to make sure you come out at the other, stronger on the other side, and just being able to deal with life. It happened. It wasn't easy. It sucked, actually, but,
Yeah, I remember going to school the next day, you know, because I only missed that day that the house burned down. I was in school the next
Because you
day.
got good parents.
Yeah. Anyway, and they gave me like a little firefighter bear. I was like, it's like, oh, that's, you know, kind of funny. But then I remember we used to, the huge dirt mound in front of the house. And I forget his name. That was Brian. Yeah, would chase me up the hill and then tackle me.
He was 6'9", so.
Yeah, and then he would grab me by my feet and spin me in circles, and my face was like that far off the ground, and I was I was like a big monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was eventful, I guess, but it was fun, you know, because I didn't really have any ties to anything, you know, I was just a kid.
You're just a kid.
Yeah.
Other than that trophy for a day.
Yeah, I was unfortunate about the trophy, but yeah.
Not the house, just the trophy.
Yeah, I had like zero attachment to anything other than that trophy. But
It is a weird experience because there are things that you lose you can't replace, like pictures, like all the mounts that were on the walls and that,
The
you
two
know.
brand new skull mounts I just finished in the basement, burned up. All the hours I put into that. And they're gone.
Yeah.
And everything.
I had zero things. I don't even remember what I had. So
I do.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes.
move forward.
Yeah, it's a family joke that Mom started the house. on
Because I
fire.
wasn't home.
Yeah, that was my fault. Usually is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I started the house on fire.
Yeah.
So,
Or Dell did.
yeah. No, I was in charge of the fire that day, so the wood stove. But
Yeah, that was another thing. Is we would was it 18 quarts of wood we go through a winter in the new house?
Oh, yeah. In the big house, yeah, probably.
Yeah, because
I don't
we
know if it was that many, maybe a dozen or so.
we had
Depends on the winter.
have an outdoor burner.
Remember that cutting wood when you were a little guy?
Yeah, I was the
That's when you were so worthless.
yeah.
Mother and I said, please, just watch the friggin' dogs while I drop this tree. Okay, Dad. He's gone, the dogs are gone. I have no idea where they're at. Clay, you know where these guys, them idiots are? No, Dad, I don't. So you have to holler to find out where they're at before you can drop the tree, because I'd have a tough time explaining that to your mom. Dogs or kid be about the same.
you did kind of win on that one because after a while, both Dad and Clay would be like, "Just go to Jelinski's. We'll catch
Get
up
out
with you
of
later."
here, driving us nuts. You don't get
Yeah.
anything done. You're just getting away. You whine like a little girl.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah, I was cutting wood all summer long.
Dude, you were worthless when you
You'd
were a
make
kid.
me haul all the wood and then
What?
brush, and then you two would run the chainsaw. I was like, this is bullshit. You guys have the easy job.
You weren't big enough to split it or lift
Yeah.
it into the truck, so you had to do something. Couldn't watch the dogs. We had to find something for you to do.
Who do you think lifts the logs and hauls the brush now?
Yeah, you. Yeah, funny how things never change. One of the funniest things, what we'd always have like a farm truck or a wood truck, whatever. Dad was backing up between two trees. I was like, you better fold your mirror and you're gonna break it. No, I'm good. And sure enough, he folds the mirror and breaks it. I started laughing. I was like, I was right.
That stuff happens in the woods sometimes.
That reminds me, like Uncle Bubba one time when we were trail riding up in the UP. He got done yelling at me for something. I couldn't remember. And
Imagine
How
that.
could you? It
Yeah.
was constant.
yeah. And we were parked and he was filling up his four-wheeler and he was like leaning on the gas tank, and I guess he thought he knew how much he had to fill in, and it started overfilling, so I just sat there and watched it for like 30 seconds. I said, you just got done yelling at me, I ain't gonna say nothing. And then he's like, oh motherfucker, you know, gas everywhere. I just started laughing. I just looking at him. I'm like, yes. Yeah, I could have told you, but why do that? I was like,
That carried over into his driver's training first day.
Who, Delph?
Yeah, watching, and you just yelled at me, so I'm not gonna tell you.
oh, when you
No, when, you can tell the story. You just told it the other day.
Which one?
When
The log truck down here? Are you talking down here or up?
no, when he was down taking his driver's training test, and the instructor had yelled at him, and
Remember that dude?
Clay?
No, you downtown here.
Yeah, no, I just remember Mom saying, "Yeah, on one ways, always read the sign."
About that one.
Yeah, we were pulling out, and Mom's like, "Oh yeah, one ways, you always got to read the signs. It'll tell you where to go."
Well, I
And
said if you're on a one-way, all the signs on both sides of the street will face the same way.
Right.
You know, and because on both sides, otherwise the one side's one way and one side's the other way.
and then turns straight into oncoming traffic, and she's like, "Well, it's what you don't do." It's like,
Oh, when you were driving with him?
When
I just
picked him,
passed
he
it,
just passed
my
it.
driver's test.
Yeah, we had gotten,
Oh.
yeah. And I went and picked him up, and yeah, I turned the wrong way, and there's tons of one ways downtown, and I turned the wrong way, and I'm like, yeah, so this is how you identify, and you were like, you mean like this? And I go, oh yeah, I'm going the wrong way. So yeah, it was a prime example.
He almost hit a log truck right there.
Hence why you stayed home and raised the kids.
Yeah, because I saved him from hitting that log truck.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't remember that story.
Huh?
I don't remember that.
I can take you right to it. It's just down the road. Great big dip, windy hills, back roads in the farm.
Oh, was I going in the middle of the road over the hill or something?
Well, you were fixing to get run over, and
Well,
Yeah.
the only
these roads
thing,
down here are really narrow, so you don't even have to be in the middle of it.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like you were doing anything wrong when you were
Well,
driving. You just,
you should be knocking weeds down on
Yeah.
hills and stuff.
They widened that hill that you
I
guys were
know.
talking about. Yeah.
But all I could see was the top row and the top half of the top logs. And I go, what? You don't see log trucks around very often.
right, not down here.
And it was right there, straight uphill. He was going to come, and lucky them logs were high enough. Otherwise, it'd been trouble because we were just getting to the hill. And I said, get over. And he jerked the wheel to the right and right past us.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I don't think he had brakes anyway, so it would have
Yeah.
been whatever happened on
Yeah.
that deal.
Yeah, all I
Then
remember
the
is.
school bus driver drinking moonshine,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was another one.
and he totaled out somebody and lost his job. We had some cool school bus drivers.
Yeah.
told
Down,
Lindsay
down in
that.
Kentucky.
Yeah, I told Lindsay that. She goes, "Oh, I wish you wouldn't have said that."
now that Scarlett's getting up on a bus.
Their driver's some good old boy, and I said they're all good, but I mean, they all drink moonshine too. Yeah, but he hit a brand new pickup truck just after word was he dropped off his last kid.
Yeah, there weren't any
And
kids
he
on the
was
bus. Which
mixing
was,
one while he was driving his Coke and Shine, and bam, he hit just not far from here either. So
Remember when I was driving on your lap, Dad, and
I sure do.
the dirt roads? You're like,
The dirt
there's
road.
corn on both sides, and
Tight to the road.
what if a deer runs out? I'm like, I'll just hit my brakes. Sure enough, like
He'd sit on my lap doing this, tapping the wheel.
I would always hit the
I go,
gas
"Hey,
and
Dad,
let
what-
off.
What's going to happen when you have a deer jump out in front of you? Because it's a narrow road like these, and the corner's tight and 8 feet tall. Oh, it'll be all right, Dad. I'll just hit the brakes, and all of a sudden, little buck ran right across in front of us. Kind of sat up, didn't really babble much anymore, and slowed her down a bit. Yeah, that was like a second and a half from being a direct hit.
Yeah. Oh, then hitting the buzzard with who was it? Was that Chase in the car?
There was like 4 or 5 of you guys.
Yeah, that
Same
was.
road, same spot, the corner
Yeah.
was down. There was beans or something. I go, hey guys, you want to see something cool? What, Dad? What? I said, see all them buzz nerds down the field? There's a little ditch down there, and they're feeding on a deer. And we were coming back from the hunting property, and I said, I think I can get one of them. Oh, no way. So they're in this old beater pickup truck, a couple in the front and 2 or 3 in the back. I said, just hold on. I think I can do it. So I started easing into the throttle. It's a slight downgrade.
The big crown in the road.
Yeah, and they're all just off the road in the ditch, you know. And I think there was a tree right by them, so that was going to shield them. They could probably only come out one way, which was in front of us, and that was the easy way out for them until I got there before they thought I could, because I just kept easing into the throttle, not, didn't lay down on the throttle, just because I was a quarter mile away, just kept getting faster and faster, and all of a sudden I knew I'm good now, and I put her right to the wood, and they all started coming out of there, and one going off the windshield. And then the funniest thing was, you guys were all sitting there, and that one I squared up right in the center of the grill. That poor bugger's head just went right over looked right in the windshield, because I hit him so hard his head swung around and his mouth was wide open, his eyes wide open. All these kids are sitting there, wow, that's cool. Just smoked him.
Well, when you hit it so hard it bounced off, and then you hit it again,
Yeah.
and then it rolled up over the truck. Yeah.
But when his beak and head were looking at
Yeah.
us, his eyes wide open, beak wide open. Oh, man, that's sweet. You're never going to get to do that again. I
Yeah.
did kill 2 of them down the road here that I never seen when we were living here. They jumped out of the ditch, had no idea they were there.
Yeah, we've almost hit a few of them. They don't move very fast, obviously.
Right, because last one on the carcass gets the last bite.
Right,
You gotta
yeah.
swing around and come back down again. And it's a game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
That one lost that day.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think then always sleeping in the blinds. Remember
Yeah, you're the most worthless hunting partner I've ever had in my life. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, in the black shed I fell asleep while there was a shooter like
No,
20.
dude. Unfortunately, that was a ginormous hunting shed with carpet and foam on the floor. It's too comfortable, and it's a big one, big field, hard to hunt by yourself. So, but I drew the short straw. Clay hunted with you, and I got stuck with Dell. The whole day, you never got up once except to take a pee in the funnel. And you had all your trucks and cars laying there in their sleeping bags all day long. So 9 hours later, we've been out there since an hour before daylight, and the last hour of daylight, I said, hey, can you get your worthless ass up for 1 hour, please? Because I can't watch out all
All right, battery died. Pate didn't plug it in, so
My bad.
technical thing.
let's just restart. What were we?
Dell
9
deer
hours.
hunting in the
9 hours in.
black shed, can't get off his dead hind end and get out of the sleeping bag, leave his Tonka trucks, Matchbox cars alone, just for the last hour of daylight, the best time of the year or day, but I'm fogging up. So, yeah. Anyway, it's getting dark. My side of the shed, usually minimum 40 deer a night would come out there, sometimes 70, 80 deer. Back when there was too many of them there. You had the easy side. You'd only get 20 or 30 on that side, but there was an inside corner on that field, and the wind was kind of going that southwest, and the shed was too big to do both sides. So I said, just get up. I just kept saying, get up, come on. Now we're down to the last half hour of daylight. And you wouldn't do it, of course. And I turned around, I have to lean way over, and all of a sudden I see this nice buck there. So I quick grabbed my gun, turned around, got out the window, knowing darn well that thing's downwind of us, so he ain't gonna stay there before I could get it out. And I got a good look at him. It was a heavy horned 8-point, not real wide, but pretty tall. And about the time my gun was halfway out, he just stepped that back into the swamp, and that was when I was probably one of my most fondest moments of you. So you basically laid on the ground in a sleeping bag for 10 hours, except for when you had a pee. And I made it so easy, all the hunting sheds have funnels with hoses hooked on them, so you can pee in the shed. You don't even have to go out on the porch.
And my priorities in order early in life.
Yeah, you were worthless.
Another funny.
Like cutting wood. Same thing.
Yeah, about the same. Another funny hunting story. I think we were rabbit hunting with
Oh, no, dude.
Jesse. I sprayed you guys with BBs one time.
You did?
Yeah, I think I had like a
I don't
single
remember
shot.
that. You probably did, but...
No, I had a single shot 20 gauge, and we were. I was alone by the little shed. I think Mom's shed that she shot her buck out of, and then you guys were in the corner by the black shed, and the rabbit ran in between us, And of course, I was aiming at the rabbit, but then another like 60 or 40 yards through that is you guys. And so I shot the rabbit and then just showered you guys with BBs. And you're like, hey! I was like,
You didn't see the two guys with the orange.
no, I was locked into the rabbit. And I was like, yeah.
Even worse than that, Dell. That right there in that same area, like that black shed where you laid on your ass all day,
Yeah.
wasn't 20 yards from that. Your brother was whatever, 12, you were 8, maybe younger. We were pushing the edge for rabbits. We come around past the shed and it cuts into the north, and there's an apple tree and some brush in there. We jumped one and it cut in, and Clay or I shot it, I don't know, but it was laying under the apple tree spinning in the snow. And you took off on a streak. Clay and I are just sitting there watching this idiot going, what's he going to do? He's got a Daisy Red Ryder. He pumped 2 of them into it, and the rabbit was still spinning, flipped that gun all in one motion upside down and just butt beat him. And we're just standing there with our mouths wide open going, what in the hell is wrong with this kid? All in one motion. Like the squirrel attacked you. And at home,
Oh, yeah.
I thought that squirrel was going to kill you. You don't probably even remember that. You were probably
Yeah, I was
4 or
crawling up
5
my
or-
leg and I hit it with a hockey stick and killed it.
Well, you shot him in the tree about 30 times, and he finally came down.
Oh, I was talking about the one Jesse caught. No, I don't
This
remember
was
that
in the
one.
yard, and it ran through the yard. And you were chasing it. I think your brother was with you, but then it went into the dog cage and hid in the igloo coop, or behind it.
Jesse caught that and brought it in the dog cage.
No, the squirrel got away and got in there and hid
Oh,
it. And then
yeah.
you, of course, went in there, and the sumbitch was coming over top of that little igloo coop with his fangs out. And I'm going, oh, man, this is going to be ugly. We're going to go to the hospital with this kid. Yeah, then you just flailing around, and yeah.
To think I never broke anything either is pretty crazy. Knock on wood. Remember the chicken? I used to fight those chickens all the time. Remember the big black one?
No, the little Banny.
Banny was.
Oh yeah, he became my best friend after I kicked his ass that time.
You kicked his ass 3 times in about 5 seconds. And then you body slammed him. Because you were just walking to the shed, and I was in the garage. I'm just watching you wander down there. Because there's usually a show involved when... Anyway, the bandy charged you. You booted him. He went straight up in the air. Came down, hit the ground, charged again. You booted him again. I go, wow, this is cool. And then the 3rd time, same thing. Banny, stupid
Never
Dell.
was in stride.
Banny and Dell are same mindset.
Same wavelength.
Yeah, they're just, yeah, hardcore dumbasses. And then the 3rd time you booted that thing in the air, and you must have had enough. You caught him on the way down and body slammed him. And I swear you never stopped walking the whole time. I'm going, good night, that was sweet. And then just went on to get the eggs and feed the chickens.
Yeah.
And then after that, he rode on your shoulder. And
Yeah, he used to be my best friend. He used to ride my jacket all the time, and
You guys worked it out.
yeah. I don't know. I just kind of keep going forward. Like, I guess today JT and I were setting up the saddle stand. I told Pate about it. Well, there's a platform. It's probably about 10, 15 pounds that you stand on. So JT's about 12 foot up in the tree, and it's pitch black, and I grab it. He's like, all right, toss it up to me. I threw it. I knew he didn't catch it, but I was like, I'm just going to stand here and take whatever's coming. And sure enough, that I caught it right in my shoulder. And then, got to the gym with Pay. I was like, yeah, I could probably mess me up pretty bad. I landed on my head. But, yeah, just, it's all good.
Still not that smart.
No, just hang out, I'll be all right. But
So how is it living with this idiot, Pate?
It's pretty fun. Yeah.
You missed the good times when he was just really dumb.
Yeah.
Cameron, when I see him, he still talks about stuff Dell would do.
wait, with who you said?
Well, I see Cameron
Oh, Miller,
and
yeah.
ball tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
He's still impressed by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun childhood to say the least, but it's been about an hour, so I don't have any more stories. So you guys have anything you want to say?
Do I have it? Maybe next time. There's all kinds of more stories, like at the football practices.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Do you remember?
yeah, you kicking my ass that
You
one
were
time.
2 years old. How would you remember?
No, I remember you. Fucking, that was probably the worst I ever got it, and it wasn't even my fault. When you were
What?
beating my ass before football practice one day, and I was like, my pads are in the back of their car, and then you called them, and the mom never checked. She said, no, they're not back there. You were reading my ass out, and we got to practice, and sure enough, they were just sitting back there.
And whose car?
It was Austin. It was like a friend for like a few months. I went over to their house after practice, and I left my pads in their car.
But that's on you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
your job. That's your pads. That's why I'd been mad.
No, well, you thought I lost them, and then you're like, well, you're still going to practice, so. That was,
I don't remember that at all, but I do remember taking your brother and 3 or 4 other kids to practice every day. And flag football, so he couldn't have been more than 6, maybe 7. So that means you were 2
Three,
or
yeah.
3. Every time I pulled in, it was the same. Pulled in, I had a Tahoe, doors were all open, kids flying out everywhere. Well, I had to grab all the gear out of the back of the Tahoe, grab all that stuff, and the damn phone would ring. Who do you think it was?
Me.
Your mom.
How's it going?
No, that's not.
Do you know where Dell is?
That's how it started. Do you know where Dell is? And I look around. Supposed to be coaching, just grabbing the gear out. I know the good kids are all going over to the field. I don't know where the hell Dell's
A
got.
lot of side quests growing up.
And I'd look and I go, well, I see a bunch of little ones over at the school on the playground, which is close to 200 yards away. And I go, I'm pretty sure he's over there. And then you blow up at me, and I'm going, I don't know, do I leave the 4 or 5 good ones I'm supposed to take care of and, you know, go find the little devil child, or what do I do? So I get my ass chewed out almost every day.
Don't
Yeah,
just say
same.
So then some of the moms started helping me out, and they'd take you downtown to Dairy Bear and get you ice cream and buy you candy, because that's all he did at practices. He'd wander around asking people for candy. It was candy.
You always came home with stuff. Anywhere you went, you came home with something.
He still does that.
Why do you have that? Well, she just wanted to give it to me. No, did you ask for it? No, I didn't ask for it. She just wanted to give
They
it to me.
gave it to you to get
Yeah.
rid of you, is what they did.
I get it from Dad.
What?
Yeah, the coming home with more shit than what you left with.
Well, people don't want it. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
It's gotta use.
No, he still does that now.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never grew out of that one, huh?
That's how all this stuff started.
The only saving grace that we thought around is that you were so crazy as a kid and and I usually don't talk like this, but balls to the walls. Like, you were 100% into life, and you were on it. You were either sleeping and you only needed about a 5-minute nap, and then you were gas
No, it
pedal
was
to the floor.
Less than that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
whatever the length of the road was going home.
Not
Yeah.
even that, yeah.
They get you all the way back to the dirt road, and I'm going, sweet. From the grocery store or whatever, and I made it. I look in the mirror, and it's only a mile and a half to our house. Oh, shit, he's sleeping. Pull in the driveway. Come on, dude, let's go take a nap. No, I already did. I'm fine. I said, no, let's take a nap. I did. He's talking like a little African dude. Come on, man. No, I did. I took my nap. Terrible.
No breaks.
Hated
But
sleeping.
we just figured if someone ever did take you, they'd just give you back.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
I
you were
taught him.
just such a handful.
I taught him the SS, the
Yeah.
sack sock.
Oh yeah.
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 I'm glad you didn't use it on me in the kitchen
Yeah.
when I was wrestling your mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. that
There's
was
some
funny.
perverts around our community. And we lived in the middle of the woods on a dirt road with very few houses, and he'd take off on his bike, unauthorized, to go check out neighbor kids down the road. And so finally I said, man, I better teach this kid because there's perverts. And we're on a little dirt road, there's no traffic, so it's
It'd be
Gr-
easy.
great spot for a perv to hang out. And so I had to teach them how to sack sock, you know. I mean, if they did take you, they'd bring you back because they wouldn't want you. They'd figure that out shortly. But taught them a little self-defense. Maybe the next, if we come down in the winter, if we're invited back, we'll talk about the school bus.
Yeah, we'll
debacle.
save that one for the school bus. So
That one right there will take up 10, 15 minutes.
yeah. So
But I'll just end with it is crazy though. We tell all these stories about you growing up, and then you see who you are today, Mr. Discipline, bodybuilding, all of that. So if there is happen to be any parent watching who's raising a crazy
there's
child,
potential.
they're don't give up faith, don't give up hope, because it's amazing you can be that when you're young, and then it just doesn't mean you're going to be that way for the rest of your life. So it's pretty
That's
cool.
exactly what I used to tell them all
Yep.
the years. Mom pays me a lot of money to make something out of your worthless ass. I'm never gonna give up. That's exactly what I said to him, probably hundreds of times.
Yep. Yep.
It's the truth, man.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Get right to the truth.
Yeah, like 6 years old is I'm gonna be your biggest asshole boss you ever have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that was
How'd I do?
It was pretty good. That was my dad for 18 years.
Is
and
he
then,
still number one?
Yeah, oh yeah, nobody. Yeah, I just laugh at everybody now. It's like, come on now,
See?
calm down.
Somebody's got to be a winner.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Hey, your mom flips me off all the time just to tell me I'm number one. Right, Mom?
Absolutely.
all right, so we'll wrap this up. Thanks for everybody who made it to the end, and have a good day.
Party's over.